Yengo hoverse dudi. Marang Hardy-Weinberg takibodo. Low Hardy-Weinberg, I have done the explanation. Except that Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium do affect the factor singdo nainari. Nainabadu dangarang last factor natural selection tak to what leave. Yarniko. Natural selection I basi lady the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium layroi. Now let's see what is natural selection. Natural selection kaino yengasip. Yarniko. I continuity ama lainaba amtang di ithoke ko. Amtang ige. Yamna sangna idoi nate. Samnanaba haitare ngarang gituga. Akoy na ngarang takrisi Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium ne. Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Yung Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium se ngarang hai gibe matung ina ay amo halagadi layroige tobatabu man hai se any given population amada the sum of allele frequency se kya tani hai ba dominant allele ki frequency siga recessive allele ki frequency siga always constant oina laini one adum laini yani ko natraga na genotypic frequency se p square plus twice pq plus q square say always one tani sine bahar me se either from the allelic perspective or from the genotypic perspective te anima haibe ai karam kanda one ta dono haina question am thole bose karam kanda if the population ngarang su given ko if the given population do was not affected by evolutionary forces something effect if the population is not affected by ngarang gi oinadi sir in the absence of evolutionary forces hai mamale not affected by evolutionary forces. Evolutionary forces. Adri kana kana no evolutionary forces hai se. Evolutionary forces se NCRT da kai maming the topic yawi factors affecting Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium do. Those are called the evolutionary forces curve. Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium kaihan mangamba factors sing dubo koina evolutionary forces kawi. Kari factors na inagre ngarang se. We were discussing about as many as 4 factors. The factors that we discuss about gene flow na inagramale. Na inagre ka gene flow or gene migration hai give do. Mafam amada migration several times thok taragadi population dugi kai da factor kaniba allele ki frequency da factor kaniba. Arnika either dominant allele ki frequency handarakpa yai natragana recessive allele ki frequency handarakpa yai. Yare ko ani subada number 2 kai hai gi sir mutation. Mutation thokpa taragadi mutation thoktradi p plus q1 taniba mutation thodi je equilibrium se kairakani haine ahum subada we discuss about genetic recombination ngarang takre genetic recombination mari subama takibdo kaino mari subam takibdo genetic drift takre genetic drift to gi part ama oina sir nangarang takibasi founder effect I have mentioned founder effect and also a bit about bottleneck effect so hapet panki what is genetic drift random change in the allele frequency yani ko allele ki frequency se randomly change tawkraba yani ko chance event amana maram orga change tawge da already madu bo koina genetic drift kawi genetic drift se kadai da thokani it occurs in a small population to never in large population yare ko adoi taragadi keno se evolution se karamba population ne hen thokani small population ne hen thokan gani yani ko evolution gi rate se kanada na yang wange hai taradi mamang gi saruk ta shiyawni lifespan 10 ba jiba singdana bacteria divides every 20 minutes yani ko haidi organism amana magi lifetime the acquired in the sense that aina min to shri lamar ki acquired to nataba ख्वाइदगी बेस्ट ओइबनो नेचर ना सेलेक्ट होरेबा नेचुरल सिलेक्शन अदुगी सेलेक्टेड ओइरबा कैरेक्टर दो माना पोलप मसा द्रोंग थंगदरक्तोनेबा मचा दुगी मतमदा मु मचा मैमदी मरक्तो बेस्ट ओंग सेलेक्ट तोरगा अदुदगी मु माना थंगदरप कैरेक्टर मथंग दंग थंगदरक्तोनेबा अदि जनरेशन आफ्टर जनरेशन अफबा कैरेक्टर से सुम इनबिल्ट तोरक्तरा यारेको लास्ट सुम अदुगी चेंजेस मैम दो एक्युमुलेट तोरकांदा अनोब स्पेसिस अमा फॉर्म तोरक्तोनेबा adudi thune species form tawbase species form tawgedi generation after generation hongbam changine adudi lifespan tenba jiba dudi bacteria je minute kun khudingi divide tawedi moidadi generation ama se 20 minutes na sare chumbra ana moidadi chahi 10 da chahi 50 da speciation thokpa ya evolution thokpa ya because they have short lifespan lebenina khangi ko moidadi chahi 50 dadi in terms of millions of generation or niba so in that short time period to da dum evolution thokpa ya mi me dadi doin thoi ko मियोइबददी इवोल्यूशन तो क्या इट टेक्स मिलियंस ऑफ इयर्स संगे मरमदी मियोइबगी लाइफ स्पान यम सांगे जनरेशन अमदगी अनदर जनरेशन अम ओरकना हनद मतम चंगी हाइने सरनाइसे shorter the lifespan higher will be the rate of evolution yani ko higher will be the rate of new species formation longer the lifespan another species formation gi matam se yamna kuina changani yare ko now hojik ai sigi factor mari se takraba matungda ngasi takto factor number 5 se Sir, one of the lecture number 2 do amdo male yaudi yaw khamni I talk a bit about natural selection the industrial melanism di ta khamane ba sir se ada kharadi khangamani ba adu palli bani nai chawapam tang di haram ge ba ko manga su factor si natural selection go now adu ding ngasi ge akhoi gi topic natural selection chi tak ba horasi yare ko to sina ina palamishina ngarang na hangi wari du gi continuity ama saga na ba na palambani ngasi gi oiba topic di will be talking about natural selection okay munatar si ko natural selection kadai bu ko bage hai tarne any given population amada any given population amada lairiba individual sing may I know what is population population is defined as group of individuals of the same species, right? Human hariba species में हमसे पुल्लगा एंगरांग स्वाइगे दो human की population. Dog hariba species में हमसे पुल्लगा dog की population. Cow में हम पुल्लगा cow की population. Any population amabush hagalaiba individuals है. Kaidonunda they are not going to be exactly similar. Exactly similar so there will be some sort of differences always like niba. Nangaiga kenari sedum. 그러니까 캐나버스 morphologically 캐나니 anatomically 캐나니 genetically 캐나니 skin color 캐나니 eye color 캐나니 hair color 캐나니 height 캐나니 weight 캐나니 loy 캐나니 그러니까 ana population amada yauriba individuals 에 대시다 matam lebe creek ta kai leiniba variation leini 그러니까 호직 mana 하리세 캐나다 반이나 any environmental change ama thoya lorse population duda adugi environmental change the khwaidagi best adapted oina leiba ngamba jibado that will be selected by nature that will be chosen by nature and select horaba jibado that will leave more progenies macha dhara mayam sandoraga mana dominate torkane I'll give you one example here so example am pigi ko sila listen munatasi a ko ba jibam lerame b ko ba jibam lerame c ko ba jibam lerame d ko ba jibam lerame jiba hai gonge same species ne lorse A kau nupa ama B kau ama C kau ama D kau ama E kau ama F kau ama lera male or se human ki population ama yare ko A B C D se masak managadra manaroi masak khakta na te genetically there will be some sort of difference what is that called variation la yeba for example A C da ne A C da typhoid resistant gene yaure lor se yani ko B C da na pneumonia resistant gene yaure lor si C C da cholera resistant gene yaure lor si D 시드나 let's suppose flood resistant gene yaure lorse khambro sir naise mari shida kanana fe which one is best highway yaroi aingonda phane amna gene yaw asi khenari se kai gina A dana tuberculosis resistant gene yauraga B dana tuberculosis resistant gene yaura asi khenaba sine variation aise nature da asigi variation je always lai ni ba yare ko corona naraga mayam sigi anaba khudimak sibrane karam di ngowe adi nabai naba virus naktani loi si dise kai no de karam na hena adaptability rate ko magi immune system to kitan kalam ba kan ba gene zom ba yai to so na variation always lai ni ba any changing environment amada hen adapt to bangam ba khara sensitive oi ba si always lai ni sine sir nai se hojik aina hairak to ise moi mari se kana na phageri moi mari se aina phai haiba yaro nature na decide to jagadam ne moi mari se kana na phage se according to the change in the environment the nature will decide which one is best for example typhoid sandore typhoid ki epidemic ma char sandore lor se kana khoi phar A na fai du kanda karamba environmental condition da the environmental condition where there is epidemics of typhoid yani ko adugi condition da na typhoid resistant gene yawa kambu na fai hayani pneumonia sandoradi kanana phani B na farani cholera sandoradi C na thodi तो अदुदी environment तुगी मतुंगिना nature दुना decide तौजगदम ने kana se phage se पर यारे को हजेक typhoid sendore lors ने kana choose तोरे ए सिरि सुना ना रे लेना मोन द typhoid की resistant gene यार निना B ga C ga D ga सिरि typhoid ना रम निना मोय खरा दि सी खनी मोय मसिंग कन दवरने हंदर खनी यारे को kana ले होरे ए से ले होरे मा सु खर लेगा लेना दि ना दबा हनुरा सीग्रबा अदु तारे मा से best कौदे अदु नते ए से ले होरा कांदा ए से नो मचा धरा मैम संदोर कदम macha pokpa ngamdraba A se adoi tardi A is not said to be fit oiba koude who is fit according to Darwin gi matung ina who is fittest kanana khwaidi fittest sai tardi macha dhara yam sandokpa ngambase the organisms which can adapt best to the changing environment as well as it must be able to live more progenies yani ko macha dhara yam na sandokpa ngamba jiba singse si ne ba khwaidi fittest oiba jiba ai se and that fittest organisms will be selected by nature mana compulsory select honi यारेको सिसे यामना पाइजन मांद्रा ति चुमनिको मचा याम पोकप जीवन मतम लेबा खिबिकता डोमिनेट तोरक्तरोमे आर्ट से मी मसिंग हेंगलैबा पॉपुलेशन चाइदो अदुना कंपल्सरी डोमिनेट तोरकनेबो यारेको मनिको सरनाइ से अना नोय त्रिपुरा दे त्रिपुरी मुतखिबगा तारब्रा जर हेंजलेबा बेंगोलीना यानिको मोइना डोमिनेट तोरकने आना लेम्बा एडाप्टेशन यामना नेमबा रिप्रोडक्टिव रेट याम नेमबा कांबुदो तप तम एलिमिनेट तोगिने अदे कनानो एलिमिनेट तौदोय साइड मरुइना रिप्रोडक्टिव रेट नेम कांबुसिने एलिमिनेट तौगिदोयसे अना ख्वाइ फबदि मसा एम फोकवा यानिको अइना हाइनिंगिसि अदोय तारदि नेचुरल सिलेक्शन कदाइ बु कोइ हाइ तारदि पॉइंट लाग तारदि नेचुरल सिलेक्शन इज द प्रोसेस by which nature choose the best organism. Now the question is who is best? The organisms which can adapt to the changing environment at its maximum potential the adapt tongambado loina na live more progenies macha dhara yamna thamamba ngamba jibado adu du ko na best koi hairiba best of organisms so adu du nature na choose to gini that is what we call as natural selection in other term it is also called survival of the fittest and so who is fittest sigi nokchale he sigi mari sida typhoid ki epidemic to the quite adapt tongam de shigana A से adaptation की वारी लोरे को adaptation तो वो खक्ता न तना A से ना उमचा धरा मैं आम संदो कदा उधर तारे A से fittest कौरे A दो nature न choose होरनी मतलब घर रहेगा high level population से A नो इन नम न लाइक हनी है ने A न dominate तो लाइक ने यार के यार को ओके होजिक सिगी selection की मोंग से आई की part 3 की lecture दा हम details साख हमनी industrial mechanism including आई bacteria की मतांग सुखर ताम दो माली यार को अदो anthropogenic natural selection da ado idoma hapetang pare yingbiro yareko ngasi gi oinadi sir na tak to I'll be focusing on types of natural selection yareko ana sir simta hana pamina gi siko ma kai hairi ge I will be talking about the graphs se kona tause aduna Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium gi matung inadi natural selection gi maramda yamna tamaroiba natural selection dina hana tamgrabne aduna ayo ji natural selection kai no khangale ko होजिक ngasi sir na tak to shiri natural selection gi kai neba natural selection gi types ne ana sura hai gi ko natural selection se type hum le we have three types of natural selection natural selection makal hum le the first one is ahan base we call it directional type of natural selection maine ko directional type of natural selection haibama ani subase we call it disruptive type of natural selection haiba number 2 disruptive type of natural selection haibama and ahum subase we call it stabilizing type of natural selection haibama stabilizing stabilizing type of natural selection haibama natural selection makal kya leba ahum leba kari kari directional haiba ma, stabilizing haiba ma, and amana kai disruptive type of natural selection haiba ma. Yare ko hojik sir talage muna taro. Directional type of natural selection da best or hana taksika. ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯤ ꯅꯣꯏ ꯄꯩꯈꯥꯒꯤ already ꯄꯥ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯁꯔꯅ ꯅꯍꯥꯟ upload ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕ video industrial mechanism ꯂꯣꯏ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯌꯦꯡꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯕꯒ ꯌꯦꯡꯒꯦ industrial mechanism ꯌꯦꯡꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯕꯒꯩ okay ꯌꯦꯡꯀꯣ industrial mechanism दा industrial revolution ꯊꯣꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯉꯩꯗ ꯏꯪꯂꯟꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ environment ꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ it's very clean was very clean ꯑꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯅ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯍꯧꯕ ꯎꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯀꯦꯟꯁꯅ cover ꯇꯧꯋꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯈꯤꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯀꯦꯟ ꯃꯔꯛꯇꯨꯗ black mothꯀ white mothꯀ ꯇꯣꯡꯕꯗ ꯀꯅꯥꯅ ꯏꯉꯥꯟ ꯉꯥꯟꯅ ꯎꯏ blackꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ predatorꯗꯨꯅ blackꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯐꯥꯔ ꯆꯥꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯀꯅꯥꯅ ꯃꯁꯤꯡ ꯌꯥꯝꯃꯝꯃꯤ white mothꯅ ꯃꯁꯤꯡ ꯌꯥꯝꯃꯝꯃꯤ industrial revolution ꯂꯥꯛꯑ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗꯗꯤ industries ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯄꯗꯒꯤ industrial shoots smokes ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯊꯥꯗꯣꯔꯛꯄꯗꯒꯤ 우기 barkꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯆꯨꯔꯦ ꯃꯨꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯀꯦꯟ ꯍꯧꯕ ꯉꯝꯈꯤꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯃꯨꯕ ꯃꯔꯛꯇꯨꯗ ꯑꯃꯨꯕꯒ ꯑꯉꯧꯕ ꯇꯣꯡꯕꯗꯗꯤ ꯀꯅꯥꯅ ꯏꯉꯥꯟ ꯎꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯉꯧꯕꯗꯣ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯆꯥꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ industrial revolution ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯑꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗꯗꯤ ꯀꯅꯥꯒꯤ population ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯌꯥꯝꯈꯠꯂꯛꯑꯦ okay ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ black ꯀ white ꯀ ꯀꯅꯥ ꯐꯒꯦꯅ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯇꯥꯛꯈꯣꯀꯣ black ꯀ white ꯀ mothꯁꯦ ꯀꯅꯥ ꯐꯒꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯣꯏ environmentꯤ ꯃꯇꯨꯡ ꯏꯟꯅ industrial revolution ꯊꯣꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯉꯩꯗꯗꯤ ꯀꯅꯥ ꯐꯔꯝꯃꯦ ꯊꯣꯛꯑ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯀꯅꯥ ꯐꯩ ꯇꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ according to the change in the environment ꯇꯨꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ decide ꯇꯧꯖꯒꯗꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯈꯔ ꯂꯩꯔ ꯎꯟ ꯇꯥꯔꯛꯑꯦ ꯂꯧꯔꯁꯦ ꯏꯪꯂꯟꯗ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ white ꯇꯨꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯐꯈꯤꯅꯤꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯀꯥꯟꯗꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ environmental change will decide which organism is best ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯣ decide ꯇꯧꯖꯒꯤꯅꯤ ꯇꯧꯈ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ select ꯇꯧꯔꯅꯤ select ꯇꯧꯔꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯙꯔꯥ ꯁꯟꯗꯣꯛꯑꯀꯥꯟꯗ population ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯆꯥꯎꯊꯣꯔꯛꯇꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ now ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯏꯟꯠꯁꯤ understand ꯇꯧꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯅꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯐ ꯑꯃ ꯌꯦꯛꯀꯦꯀꯣ ꯁꯔꯒꯤ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯐꯁꯤ NCERTꯒ ꯈꯤꯇꯪꯗꯤ ꯈꯦꯠꯅꯅꯤ NCERTꯒꯤꯗꯁꯨ ꯂꯥꯛꯁꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯐꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯁꯦꯗꯦꯠ ꯇꯧꯒꯦꯀꯣ ꯌꯦꯡꯕ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯅꯕ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯥꯛꯄꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯌꯦ ꯁꯣꯝꯒꯤ ꯁꯦꯗꯦꯠ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯄꯣꯔꯁꯟꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯅ black moth ꯃꯁꯤꯡꯅꯦꯕ ꯀꯩ moth ꯃꯁꯤꯡ black moth ꯃꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯁꯣꯝ ꯅꯥꯀꯟꯗ ꯁꯔꯅ ꯌꯦꯂꯣꯅ ꯃꯥꯔꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯁꯔꯨꯛꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯁꯤꯅ white moth ꯃꯁꯤꯡꯅꯦ ꯂꯧꯔꯁꯦ white moth ꯌꯥꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯐꯁꯤ ꯃꯇꯨꯡ ꯏꯟꯅ black ꯀ white ꯀ ꯀꯅꯥꯅ ꯌꯥꯝꯃꯦ white ꯅ ꯌꯥꯝꯃꯦꯕ ꯁꯤ ꯀꯔꯝ ꯀꯥꯟꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯤꯅꯣ industrial revolution ꯊꯣꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯉꯩꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯤꯅꯦ now let's suppose industrial revolution had happened after industrial revolution industrial revolution ꯊꯣꯛꯑꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯂꯧꯔꯁꯦꯕ industrial revolution industrial revolution ꯊꯣꯛꯑ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯀꯅꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯁꯤꯡ ꯍꯦꯟꯒꯠꯂꯛꯑꯅꯤ black ꯀꯤ ꯃꯁꯤꯡ ꯀꯅꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯁꯤꯡ ꯇꯥꯊꯔꯛꯑꯅꯤ white ꯀꯤ ꯃꯁꯤꯡ ꯇꯥꯊꯔꯛꯑꯅꯤ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯇꯥꯊꯍꯟꯒꯦꯀꯣ ꯁꯔ ꯁꯣꯝꯗ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯁꯦ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯅꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯐꯤꯕꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯅꯤꯕ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ purple light blue ꯃꯆꯨꯁꯦ ꯀꯩ ꯃꯆꯨꯅꯣ black moth ꯃꯁꯤꯡ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯌꯦꯂꯣꯁꯤꯅ represent ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯁꯤꯅ ꯀꯩ white ꯃꯁꯤꯡꯅꯦꯕ white moth ꯃꯁꯤꯡꯗꯣ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯁꯔꯅ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯂꯦꯞꯄꯤꯉꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯔꯒꯤ ꯀꯗꯣꯝꯕ right or left ꯀꯗꯣꯝꯅ ꯆꯥꯎꯔꯝꯃꯦ ꯁꯣꯝꯅ ꯁꯣꯔꯤ ꯁꯣꯝꯅ ꯀꯩꯅ ꯀꯔꯝꯕꯅ leftꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯀꯗꯣꯝꯅ ꯆꯥꯎꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ the graph shifted from one direction to another direction ꯗ shift ꯇꯧꯋꯦ ꯈꯪꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ any given population ꯑꯃꯗ nature-ꯅꯅꯦ extreme ꯑꯃ choose ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ extreme ꯑꯃ eliminate ꯇꯧꯔꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ population ꯑꯃꯗ ꯑꯃꯨꯕ ꯃꯤ ꯈꯔꯒ ꯑꯉꯧꯕ ꯃꯤ ꯈꯔꯒ ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯃꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ populationꯗꯨꯗ ꯂꯩꯁꯦ n ꯆꯅꯤꯅꯦ ꯑꯃꯨꯕꯩ n ꯑꯃ white ꯀꯤ n ꯑꯃ nature-ꯅ n ꯑꯃ select ꯇꯧꯔꯒ n ꯑꯃ eliminate ꯇꯧꯔꯕ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕꯗ ꯀꯔꯝꯕ n ꯑꯣꯏꯅ select ꯇꯧꯔꯝꯃꯦ white ꯑꯣꯏꯅ black ꯁꯤꯅ eliminate ꯇꯧꯔꯝꯃꯦꯕ now after industrial revolution which n get selected so black ꯁꯦ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ select ꯇꯧꯔꯦ white ꯁꯤꯅ eliminate ꯇꯧꯈ꯭ꯔꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ any given population ꯑꯃꯗ nature-ꯅ extreme n ꯑꯃ select ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ extreme n ꯑꯃꯅ eliminate ꯇꯧꯔꯕ such type of natural selection is called directional type of natural selection ꯀꯧꯋꯦꯕ ꯌꯥꯅꯤꯀꯣ because of that selection the mean value of the graph shifted from one direction to another direction ꯗ shift ꯇꯧꯋꯦꯕ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯐꯁꯦ shift ꯇꯧꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ ꯀꯗꯣꯝꯅ ꯆꯥꯎꯔꯝꯃꯤ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯂꯩꯕꯗ ꯀꯗꯣꯝꯅ ꯆꯥꯎꯔꯝꯃꯤ right ꯅ ꯆꯥꯎꯔꯝꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ ꯁꯔꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯇꯤ ꯀꯗꯣꯝꯅ ꯆꯥꯎꯔꯦ after the selection from right to left, the direction has been shifted, right? Hence, this type of selection se kai koiba directional type of natural selection koiba. Yam samdatna hairabada any given population amada nature sina extreme n ama choose toraga atopa extreme n ama eliminate tawtari masigumba type of natural selection se kai koiba directional type of natural selection haina koiba. Canada thangi. What am I showing here? I'm talking example of moths present in England there. Before and after industrial revolution gi wari. Yare ko ana here sida tawdisi kainama here nature selects one extreme ends and chooses another extreme end. Nature na n ama choose taraga n ama select tawtari masigumba type of natural selection si kai koiba disruptive type of natural selection haina koiba. Sorry, directional type of natural selection haina koiba. Directional yaradro. Yaraniko. Now let's talk about stabilizing type of natural selection or disruptive type of natural selection. Mayam sibo yare haina logo yaraba. Next, anishuba type of natural selection sina kai. Disruptive type of natural selection. Sir, disruptive hanata kumge. Stabilizing type of natural selection hanata ke. Yare ko. Stabilizing se kamain tawgeng se. Noi aina nahamuk sickle cell anemia tapakanda. Sickle cell anemia se carrier oina laibase phayinam pangimni ningsangra. Sickle cell anemia nabadi phati naradi ngantan sigirni ko sahi ama ani da. Yare ko. Carrier oibase sidi malaria da resistant oiba. Yare ko. Okay, I'm going to put on the other page to put look here. Sida ISBA sickle cell anemia nabagi symbol na native normal laina nadaba normal individual ne noi akhoi gumba si kanane ba normal ISBS narabra elil animak sickle cell anemia gi gene yaure animak affect torokanda na si recessive disorder ni ana sickle cell anemia narani si kaine ba sickle cell anemic laina naraba individuals ne yarani ko si nagadra ISBS naroi maramdi sickle cell anemia si recessive disorder ni na nage hai tade allele ani ma affect tawda yade sidi allele normal ma yauri as long as one normal allele is there will be no disease right ana si kai ko isina carrier ne carrier oina laibase magi kana ba advantageous point am khak laiba kai advantageous point laige hai tardi carrier kambu se malaria da resistant way yare ko malaria da kai do ngameba tolerate to ngameba malaria na ade adudi hojek sarna talake tawrise Africa da laiba population am ka khanase let's suppose naigi oina graph se sumai sum ye ke ko adu I horen NCRT gi graph to kona khanase see Africa gi population am khakni human population sir na sida yellow na set to position am ulage ani ulage mayai gi sina machugum sangjan ge yengba nungaina ba songi matai yellow se sina ISBA ne lor se sickle cell anemia na ba kangura na da ba kangu yare ko mayai gi sina ISBS ne lor se na ba kangura kana carrier kangu yani ko matai sina ISBS ne lor se ana ba kangura na ba kangu ne yani ko for example sir na lor se South Africa da leba small tribal population am ne lor se mi lising am na saba mi lising am sida about 300 maya lai lor se 320 maya hari more or less manarameva sickle cell anemia nada masinga carrier masinga se hoji ikang gangudana hari a particular small village sida malaria gi epidemic ama sandore malarial outbreak happen malarial outbreak occurred malarial outbreak ama thole hoji sir sandore malaria si malaria nagadra so matai si nagadra nani siri normal noi akhoi gumbani maya gi nagadra So matai sidi sickle cell anemia nara dum sigani sei amani leraga adi mai masing handagrani khalega chumbra chumbro tare how will the population change? How will the population change? The population will be changed like this. Look here. Kai masing am handagrani chumbre si masing handagrani kaidor sigrino malaria loina ar sigre si masing am handagrani kaidor sigriba sickle cell anemia loina ar sigre kai masing galane CD malaria sunadre, sickle cell anemia sunadre, so that will be chosen by nature. And the moina polkoma sadre siuma kalane. Ado itardi, okay, wait a second. I hana yeki gego. May I see yam kola abemo? Kai population say ice B A ice B S. Kana carrier, right? This is ice B A ice B A. Kana normal. This is ice B S ice B S. Kai masing handa grino sickle cell anemia nara sigreba. Si kai gi masing handa grino malaria nara sigriba sidi malaria so naw yadre sickle cell anemia so naw yadre ana moy masing sandore basum yani ka magdari in this population nature eliminates the two extreme nature na extreme ani se eliminate toeba and choose the mean value average value so ina choose toro any given population amada nature sina intermediate to ina choose toraba adu matai gi extreme ani se eliminate toraba adare such type of natural selection is called kai koiba such type of natural selection is called stabilizing type of natural selection curve. So once again, what is stabilizing type of natural selection? It is that selection where nature has chosen the mean value and eliminates the two extreme. Yani ko any given population amada nature sina heterozygous to ina choose toraga homozygous ani do eliminate tauta ardi masigumba type of natural selection say stabilizing type of natural selection haina ko. Yani ko so what type of selection I'm putting here? Stabilizing type of natural selection. 하는 걸. 열애과. Kanada fangi. I'm so doing the explanation based on sickle cell anemia the base or in a tie. Yaradra. Already point when it okay got here. What happened here? Here nature chose. Nature na kay chose to nature chose the mean value, the mean or average value and eliminated the extremes. Nature na extremes to matai anido eliminate to a haraga mayai do in a choose to tardi masibo kona stabilizing type of natural selection haina koi. Yarabo. Yariko. Now let's talk about the third type. Directional na kayo. Directional na form ni katani laisi nature have chosen one end and eliminates the other end. That is directional. So that because of that selection, the graph has been shifted from one side to the other side, the shift over. Yareko. However, NCRT the dishi sumai oiba. Shefet am tawroiba. NCRT the na sumai eb. Sumai leramba graphs ne. Hen steep or kani wang mengal kani. Mayay wang kala kini matai ni sabsal oidro. To matai sabsal ay ne matai sabsal may matai handare ay ne ba. Ano kay hangalay ba? Mayay wang kala iba. So the graph becomes steeper and steeper where kani. Yareko. Chama nay ay ne sumai na seret or tapos na hen nungai ni ay na tawani. Yani na interpretation ay ni na. Can I change the slide? Okay. Next one, mathang se kaine ba? Mathang gisina disruptive type of natural selection ko. Disruptive type of natural selection. Yare ko. Disruptive sina kamay toge ay sisu arrive example ang piyo. Samudra da hana wari toge ka. Sea da. Sea bed da. Samudra ke makasida charoi machu hum layer. Three type of snails are available. Three colored snails. Charoi machu makalo hum lay. Tharoi machu makal ahum se kai machu lege ham tamda black machu le black C homozygous dominant oye capital B capital P yare ko white machu le white se recessive ni small b ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯥꯎꯟ ꯃꯆꯨ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯌꯦꯕ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯥꯎꯟꯁꯤ ꯍꯦꯇꯦꯔꯣꯖꯥꯏꯒꯁ ꯑꯣꯏ ꯀꯦꯄꯤꯇꯦꯜ B ꯁ꯭ꯃꯣꯜ b ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯁꯤ ꯕꯦꯠꯇ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯊꯔꯣꯏꯁꯤ ꯃꯆꯨ ꯃꯈꯜ ꯑꯍꯨꯝ ꯐꯪꯉꯤ ꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯛꯅꯦ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯥꯎꯟꯅꯦ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯋꯥꯏꯠꯅꯦ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯁꯃꯨꯗ꯭ꯔ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯂꯩꯉꯣꯏꯗꯨ ꯀꯩ ꯃꯆꯨ ꯑꯣꯏ ꯈꯪꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯁꯤ ꯕꯦꯠꯇ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯂꯩꯉꯣꯏꯗꯨ ꯑꯩ ꯂꯩꯉꯣꯏ ꯍꯪꯕ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯀꯣ ꯁꯃꯨꯗ꯭ꯔ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯂꯩꯉꯣꯏ ꯍꯪꯕꯅꯤ ꯁꯃꯨꯗ꯭ꯔ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯑꯣꯁꯤꯟ ꯐ꯭ꯂꯣꯔꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯁꯦꯟꯁꯦ ꯋꯥꯏꯇꯤꯁ ꯏꯟ ꯀꯂꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯋꯦꯕꯇꯨꯅ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯇꯛꯄꯒꯤ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯦꯟ ꯏꯟ ꯑꯣꯁꯤꯟ ꯐ꯭ꯂꯣꯔ ꯁꯣꯝꯗ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯇꯥꯈꯣ ꯁꯦꯟꯒꯤ ꯀꯂꯔꯗꯣ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯅꯩꯅꯔ ꯂꯩꯔꯨꯒꯤꯅꯣ ꯁꯣꯝꯗ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ ꯁꯦꯟ ꯏꯟ ꯑꯣꯁꯤꯟ ꯐ꯭ꯂꯣꯔꯁꯦ ꯀꯩ ꯃꯆꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯋꯥꯏꯠ ꯀꯂꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯁꯃꯨꯗ꯭ꯔ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯔꯣꯛ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯀꯩ ꯃꯆꯨ ꯑꯣꯏ ꯔꯣꯛ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯩꯕꯗꯣ ꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯛ ꯃꯆꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯅꯤꯀꯣ rocks in ocean floor black मचू है यारिब्रा सिबौता हौरेन थरोइसे प्रिडेटरदुना चादोइ तानरेबा यारेको प्रिडेटरदुना थरोइसे स्नेल से चागे हेना तौबा कांसदा व्हाइट स्नेल दुदी व्हाइट की सेन मरक्सिदा लोटखिबदा उदरे यारेको ब्लैक तुसु ब्लैक रॉक मरक्सिदा नपखिबदा दुम कैमोफ्लेज तौग्रे ब्लेंडिंग तौग्रे सराउंडिंग दुआ ब्राउन सिदी व्हाइट मरक्ता दुम लेयरसु उई ब्लैक मरक्ता दुम लेयरसु उइबा अदि मा याम जाथोखरनिना अदि नेचर ना कई चूज तौने extreme many do in choose to any intermediate to in eliminate to herniva. Such type of natural selection is called disruptive type of natural selection. I will draw the graph, then we'll discuss. Look here. Yonko. See, I need a graphs na represent to ishi samudra da laiba snail ahum khaki wari ni. Sinakai black black snail. Som sinakai white snail. Maya sinakai brown snail. Aduna takpadi kay khangma ngami graphs lege matam amadudi black masinga brown masinga white masinga se more or less ru manarame haine yani ko now snail eating predator am thajal ase snail chaba ngamba predator am thajale predators thajal badai di kana se am cha khrani ba brown se kana se am cha roi adoi tare hairiba given environmental condition dra quite suitable with which the black or white kanina so that will be chosen by nature choose khartang yade they will leave more progenies macha dhara yam sandora ni moi masing wang khaloidro ana moi ki masing wang khale yareko sing ani karakter sing center konati ko sanei se okay what is this side this is brown this is black and this is white so kai khangi sida in that given population the nature has chosen the two extremes and eliminate the average heterozygous to in eliminate toraga extreme homozygous ani do in choose to tardi masigumba type of natural selection sina kai koeba disruptive type of natural selection ani koeba so hojek sarna type of selection sina disruptive type of natural selection so let me write here amtang isan ge ko here nature chose choose ki pass home kana the intermediates or average or mean value do ina choose tawraba yani ko and eliminates karino noi hybrid yung mani haidi haire nature choose the extremes the two extreme nature do na extreme ani do ina choose tawraba and eliminates the average the heterozygous to adu oina eliminate tawta ari masibuna kai koiba disruptive type of natural selection go so this way we have three type of natural selection if any of this selection happens, there will be no equilibrium in the Hardy-Weinberg equation. And without that equilibrium, evolution will always happen. That's all. This is all about the 5 factors that affect Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium के topic से सीधा थुपसन पे Now, let me ask you one question. Had evolution से तसेंना चथबरा evolution से चथबरा why खंगिबा चथेबा नहाना कोई होगलपदा evolution हाइरिबा वारी से it's a conjectured story ने हाइग्रनेबा तसेंना चथबरा चथदबरा से मागी 100% proof लेति यारेको होय evolution चथगी हाइबा to some extent खरदा proof तोबा याबा evidence खरदी लई not 100% proof तोबा ngमोय formation of the art, formation of the universe are all part of the evolution. Yes, universe on a form to on Big Bang theory, formation of the art, origin of life on Earth, Prithvi the Iana na Kamina life like a key kind of god. Oparin and Halden, Miller and Uris experiment Takiba. Takitro, Kanan Hoge universe form to Gese. Kanam Honative to Bhamnas Hagatba, Adumba, imagine that over worrying after never. Maduna 100% set, tashing na toki right, three and a high sumaine haibadi amna debatable oiba adugumba topic amu oiba adunani evolution sidi amna conjectured or the story amani haise conjecture di amna complex oiba amna debatable oiba chumira lalira khangdaba yare ko to bodabu ngasi sir na tak toise hojik makha tak tharak toiba topic sa sidi evolution je tho amba yai haina proof to yaba evidence khara naina done exact proof di oiroi to some extent khara da proof to yaba evidence khara yare ko so let's start picking up the evidence. Can I jump to that topic? Yaradro? Okay. Okay. Evidences. Ngai koko. Tak to iba topic se kaineva evidences of evolution. Noi amutang paraga I sarga NCRT swai sidi paminararoi ko. Hoi, ay horen NCRT da dinosaurs ki tree yawani. Ato pakhara yawri adugumadu dai noi da am line ne mon experience ke ba. Chi line phan ge hose. Aina mantra am pi ni ngasi. Yareko evolution je thoki haibagi evidence taruk layer. Evidence taruk se kana no am tumna number 1 ahan basa fossils evidences based on fossils yani ko dinosaurs ki fossil layer mission evolution je thoki haibase khangma ngam done yani ko aduna ahan bada fossil the based of evidence e koina kai kowi paleontological evidence yani ko paleontological evidence yareko ani shuba evidence morphological and anatomical evidence. See topic we'll discuss about the homologous organs and the analogous organs and their interpretation. Like how the homologous organ unity ko ina heading is. How is homologous organ related to evolution? Homologous organs evolution ni manung chan na mise kay ginos. Interpretation din correlation do. So we'll be talking about morphological and anatomical evidence. Haina simatamani. Ngasi loimak tin nangaroy ko se. Ahum suwada we'll be talking about biogeographical evidence. Biogeographical evidence ki manungda will be discussing about one term called as adaptive radiation haina term matamni mafam duda kona lasi mari subada biochemical evidence manga subada will be talking about embryological evidence nam tamni aduga taruk subada will be talking about natural selection evidences based on natural selection ai natural selection takre sigi wari kem naina roi are khoin tamduse sigi manga se yareko yareko ai nahan darwin gi matungina jira manga kamai sangdor manga sangbo jira se kamai lerami no pan gi based on natural selection ina natural selection da based over evidence haitare ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯥꯛꯇꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯏꯟ ꯃꯉꯥꯁꯤꯅꯦꯕ ꯄꯣꯏꯟ ꯃꯉꯥ ꯈꯛ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯋꯥꯅꯤ ꯈꯔ ꯉꯥꯡꯕꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯆꯪꯉꯦꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ I have got about 25 minutes ꯃꯨꯛ ꯂꯩꯔꯤ 20 minutes ꯃꯨꯛ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯖꯔ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯉꯥꯡꯒꯦ ꯍꯧꯔꯒꯦꯀꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯒ ꯇꯥꯛꯁꯤ 또 ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯝꯗꯣꯏꯁꯤ ꯄꯨꯟꯅ evidences ꯇꯔꯨꯛꯅꯤ paleontological evidence, morphological and anatomical evidence, biogeographical evidence, biochemical evidence, and biological and last evidences based on natural selection, the best of evidence. ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ now sir I evidences based on fossil ꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯤ ꯇꯧꯔꯒꯦ ꯐꯣꯁꯤꯜꯁꯦ ꯀꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯂꯤꯔꯒꯦ ꯀꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯣꯜ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒꯦ ꯀꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯧꯔꯤꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯀꯩ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯔ ꯈꯪꯉꯦ ꯀꯥꯔꯕꯟ ꯗꯦꯇꯤꯡ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯌꯥꯔꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯀꯥꯔꯕꯟ ꯗꯦꯇꯤꯡ ꯇꯧꯔ ꯈꯪꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯀꯥꯔꯕꯟ ꯗꯦꯇꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯃꯣꯔꯅꯤꯡꯗꯕꯨꯗꯤ ꯀꯥꯔꯕꯟ ꯗꯦꯇꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯃꯦꯀꯥꯅꯤꯖꯝꯁꯦ ꯈꯤꯇꯪꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯈꯤꯕꯅꯦ ꯅꯣꯏꯗꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯍꯥꯟꯅꯗꯤ ꯁꯥꯡꯗꯣꯛꯑꯔ ꯂꯩꯔꯔꯣꯏꯒꯦ ꯃꯇꯥꯡ ꯆꯥꯕ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯍꯪꯅꯤꯡꯉꯁꯨ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯪꯉꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ let me start with paleontological ꯋꯥꯔꯤ ꯇꯧꯁꯤꯀꯣ fossils ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ what are fossils fossils are remnants or remains of NCERT ꯃꯇꯨꯡ ꯏꯟꯅ hard part of the organisms ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯅꯦ ꯌꯥꯅꯤꯀꯣ organismꯒꯤ remains ꯇꯣ well preserved under the soil layer after layer ꯍꯣꯔꯦꯟ ꯑꯁꯤꯕꯁꯦ dead body ꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤ soil layer ꯅ layer after layer ꯅꯟꯖꯟꯈ꯭ꯔ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ hard part ꯁꯤꯗꯤ preserve ꯇꯧꯔꯦ soft part ꯇꯤ preserve ꯇꯧꯔꯣꯏꯀꯣ for example ꯁꯔꯗꯤ ꯁꯤꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯁꯔꯒꯤ soft tissues ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯗꯤ decompose ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ hard part like the bones ꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ part ꯈꯛꯇꯅꯦꯕ ꯂꯩꯍꯧꯗꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯊꯔꯣꯏꯗꯣ ꯁꯤꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯊꯔꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗꯨꯗꯤ decompose ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯅꯦꯕ ꯃꯀꯨꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯂꯩꯍꯧꯅꯦꯕ ꯌꯥꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯁ꯭ꯄꯤꯁꯤꯌꯦꯜꯂꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯅꯝꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ fossils ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ hard part of the organisms to be preserved from them kaida preserve tawdaba under the soil inside the soil yani ko inside the sedimentary soils yare ko akhoi gi soil se kaidora form tawi soil haise weathering of rocks or form tawi ni ne ana soil rocks sing se kaithara ani weathering torani adum kanda soil se layer after layer add tawre yani ko amaina rocks na weathering tor form tawi ba soil do we call it sedimentary soil ko ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ so let me ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯑꯩ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯝ ꯍꯥꯏꯒꯦꯀꯣ soil ꯑꯃ form ꯇꯧꯅ soil layer ꯑꯃ adapt ꯇꯧꯅ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯕꯗ it takes millions of years ꯌꯥꯅꯤꯀꯣ rockꯅ ꯀꯥꯏꯊꯔꯒ soil form ꯇꯧ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯆꯥꯝꯃ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯂꯤꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯤ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯕ formation of soil takes time ꯌꯥꯅꯤꯀꯣ soil layer ꯑꯃ add ꯇꯧꯅ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯕꯗ it takes millions of years ꯆꯪꯉꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯃꯈꯥ ꯇꯥꯛꯊꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯉꯩꯗ ꯈꯤꯇꯪꯗꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯠꯇꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯁꯤꯝꯇꯪ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯃꯤꯟꯅꯈꯤꯁꯦꯕ ꯁꯔꯒ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯤꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ ꯁꯤ ꯑꯥꯔꯠꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯥꯔꯠꯁꯦ ꯁꯔꯅ longitudinal section ꯀꯛꯊꯠꯂꯤꯅꯦꯕ ꯀꯛꯊꯠꯂꯀꯥꯟꯗ have you seen different layers layer with different colors ꯎꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯑꯁꯤꯁꯦ particular period ꯑꯃꯃꯝꯗ form ꯇꯧꯕ soilꯒꯤ layerꯅꯦꯕ ꯈꯪꯉꯤꯀꯣ ꯁꯔꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ for example one particular million years amada sigi soil layer se form tawreba another next million da sigi soil layer se form tawreba next million amada sigi soil layer se form tawreba aniko adumain tona particular period amamamda form tawba adugumba layer ne base ana art haibase kamain tawe through weathering of rock they are the soil layer is added one after the another mathang add tawreba aniko and remember for addition of one layer took time but di kuin changye khangro adoi tardi sida ihana na form tawrmdoba layer se karambano makhara mathakla maka sumnan jan gidoneba ano no form to question mathamatak ta sumka khalo idro kakhalakani ko ana the lowest layer the lowest sediment layer will be oldest while the quite uppermost layer na will be youngest so idone yareko akoina ngasi leinariba layer se quite youngest layer ni hoje hoje yani ko now aduri sanjana haidare akoi se sira fossil form tawge sigi layer sira form tawni खंग्रो सिदा हो जुजी लेरिबा लेयर सिदा इन्फॉर्म तौने अखोई की मतम सिदा डायनोसर्स की मतम द मान लेरमिबा लेयर दुना लेरमगनीबा अदुना कमाइना आइना सिदा लाआबदा फॉर एग्जांपल सी होजी के आर्ट की सेक्शन दुने ना लॉरसिने सी आर्ट की लॉन्गिट्यूडल सेक्शन दुने का इसे अरे को मासिना सेडिमेंट की डिफरेंट लेयर दुने लॉरसे सोइल लेयर में दो रॉक लेयर दो सिना याना ना फॉर्म तो रॉक लेयर तारे ने याना ना फॉर्म तो ने 1 था गया 1 2 3 4 5 5 sina quite another layer tarni yeah bro yeah ko what is evolution dictionary meaning the evolution is kind of chains yani ko evolutionary chains of simple life forms into more complex life form simple ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯕ ꯖꯤꯕꯁꯤꯅ with time ꯃꯇꯝꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯨꯡ ꯏꯟꯅ more and more complex ꯁꯨꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯛꯄꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯔꯅꯤꯀꯣ is what we call as evolution ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯀꯧꯋꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤꯁꯦ ꯈꯪꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯅꯣꯀꯤꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯀꯤꯄꯦꯗ ꯄꯥꯏꯔꯝꯃꯤꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯇꯆ ꯑꯣꯟꯈ꯭ꯔꯦꯕ ꯑꯦꯟꯗ꯭ꯔꯣꯏꯗ ꯑꯦꯄꯜ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯏꯁꯦ this is evolution ꯅꯦꯕꯁꯦ evolution ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ living things ꯈꯛꯇꯗ ꯆꯠꯊꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ normally evolution when I'm saying evolution it refers to change of simple life forms into a more complex life forms ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯒꯦ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯇꯧꯊꯣꯛꯑ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯦꯕ ꯁꯤ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏ ꯕꯇꯝ ꯂꯦꯌꯔꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯖꯤꯕ A ꯀꯧꯕ ꯖꯤꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯔꯦ ꯖꯤꯕ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯐꯣꯁꯤꯜ ꯌꯥꯔꯅꯤꯀꯣ next layer da B next layer da C next da D next da E fossil si ko ina fangise hojik E se pari yengba matamda prokaryotic nature lei lemban just an example B jong par kana eukaryote oile meba aduri simple de complex oleira which one is more complex prokaryote or eukaryote ana A ne B ne C ne D ne E ne nei na ba kana ka mathak sum ka khali ge fossil se the fossil becomes more and more complex complexity sum engale by analyzing the fossils found at different layers of the rocks, we can come to the conclusion that evolution had happened. Evolution had happened in the sense that the chains of life from simple to complex had occurred in the past, and it is occurring right now. By analyzing the fossils found at different layers of the rocks, evidence na utpaya bashina. Kama ngambro? Kaino ngami bu kaino? Ngami si. Ngami ayro na. Okay. Yarni ko duriya. So what is the evidence of significance of fossils? Fossil ki kana base kaino hai tardi by analyzing the fossils, okay, found at different layers of the earth sediment, we can come to the conclusion that life has changed over the years from the simple forms to the complex form that changed. What is that called? Evolution. Evolution had happened. Number one. Ani shubada fossil nainaraga kai mating pangbadasu mating pangge fossil sina hai tardine. By analyzing fossil, we can come to the conclusion we can study the evolution of a particular organism. Particular organism amagi evolution se study to wadasu mating pangge. For example, horse khusa kya pale? Horse khusa kya pange ba? Horse khusa manga pan bro. Pande moi hope oina ama khak pale ba. Yare ko. I know je ne manga pala me hek to ne. Manga pala me se sarna haijan manate ba. Fossil gi record na evidence oina proof to done. I hire ki on search da. Yung sida mga palame magnatrasu digits palame. Yare ko. For example, listen here. Sida khwaidagi oldest layer se 1 la 2 la 3 la 4 la 5 la. Sigi 1 jaga sida just ai gi sidi for teaching purpose khatani ko. Chain sore do utpani digit mari mga panbe wari ngata na te. Sida sida horse ki fossil am phangem. Si makha sida horse ki ice 1 harage phangi se. Mathangi thangnaba layer sida ice 2 ko horse ki fossil am su phange. Mathang the horse ice 3, mathang the horse ice 4 phangem. Yare ko 5 sida di anoba layer am ni phangalagum se. Yare ko ice 1 ki fossil se magi saru sarang je samjale makanda khusa khongsa yaule me digits yaule me. Yare ko digit mari pale me. Horse chain na nuai gadra. Horse di chain badana hena magi kenoni na importance na piri se. Lamjen yang ma masa kan bada. Yare ko mathangi layer sida phangi ba horse mu yenge ba. Khongsa mari ani khak wale mau. Mari reni. To adi ani ni fuse to grane. Khambro. Mathangi ice force yenge ba. Ama khak ngai le ma. Hook pull up fuse to kai one grana. Hook adari over the years digit manga dagi mari de hum de ani de ama khak one grane. Either horse ki evolution se can be understood from by analyzing the fossil analyzed toraga particular organism ki evolution se can be studied the way I have to know. On a fossil ki kana ba se by studying fossils one can understood how evolution had happened for a particular organism amagi evolution se kamaina thoke hai se si su study to ba yai harak to yarba si bokta ama wali ama se pagiroi hojik sarga notes om dang pami ragi se yengo sida paleontology hai se the study of fossils kai ko ba fossil ki maram the study to we call it paleontology haina koi. And what are fossils? Fossils are the remnants. Remnants adi remains. Yareko. Of life forms. Ahingba singi remains neba. Ado NCERT didi remains ka haidam niko. Hard part haibani. Hard parts of life forms found in kaida rocks. What rocks? Sedimentary rock layers. Yareko. Soil me amdo sumnan zandari rock oleva. Yareko. Aduna fossils they are considered as written documents of evolution. Evolution thoki as ira thamamagumane. Yareko. Now, what are the significance of fossil? Fossil ki kana base kaineba. Number one, it helps in the study phylogeny. Phylogeny, the evolutionary history, understand the use the word. It helps in studying evolutionary history of an organisms, like the evolution of the horse could be understood from the fossil study they come on. Ani subada poinam yareto muntauka to study connecting link between two groups of organisms. Example pyramid Archaeopteryx. Muna tao ko. Connecting link study to the mating pangi ye masat takpada adri connecting link adi kadai bu kawi haitari connecting link haitari ne organisms that possess the characters of two other organisms. Jiva group ani ki characters yaw organisms hai. We call it kai koiba connecting link koiba. Explain to ki hana tago. Birds se birds se birds are evolved from reptiles se evolved to pone. Yani ko dinosaurs se reptile mara dinosaurs marakta paibang aba dinosaurs yaw male Jurassic Park taga yawado to duri bird olak yani ko reptiles ki character am ta harone scales yawra lin maku yawra scales yawro uchik te yawro yawe yen gi makhong de yone scale kitang khak le hobone remnants yani ko those characters suggest that reptiles evolves into birds. Reptiles agi birds evolve torok to neba tumaina. Yare ko sumai hairam me matamda. Pak thazan naram deba. Hojek sigi Archaeopteryx ki fossils e phangba dai 100% proof tawrani. Yare ko now let me tell you what is Archaeopteryx. Archaeopteryx se kaino har kyau. Hojek tam taga yeng siko sida. Sida tum lake sir. Khwai gi bottom rock le se. Sida muna taw ka reptiles ki fossil am phangem. Kai gi fossil reptile की fossil ama मथंगी टू हाइरिबल लेयर से अनिसुबल लेयर से दैसिदा x को जीवम की fossil को कइनो खंगद्री ngale दैने सी अहुम सुबा rock layer से सिदैसिदा birds की fossil फंगे fossil की वारी को अहिंग बनते को यारे को now may I know any two characters of birds उचेक से मया पान उचेक मया पान bro उचेक न कोंक्वा सारम बुरबो साइरगा Pandeva, big oina paleva moide. Check the big oina pale mea pandev. Yarnika. Another character is presence of feeders. Matu chome natra. So some characters like this. And it comes to reptiles. Reptiles ke characters scales are in it. Maya yawe tit. Yawe crocodile mea yawe. Snakes yawe tit to ne chigla ido koida. Yare kwa. Maya yawe ba moide. Hozikine. X hariva jivam pangero. Fossil. She fossils hai. Combine to the big yawe. Kana character na. Victim nung tit pale man. Kana character no. अरे बर्ड की कैरेक्टर से रेप्टाइल की कैरेक्टर से चेलिना हिडन्स यारमेबा कनाय कैरेक्टर नो स्किल्स उ यारमेबा कनाय कैरेक्टर नो अदुई ताडी श्रे खोइना खंगबा ngamiसे रेप्टाइल से कई ओलक्तोनेबा रेप्टाइल से बर्ड ओन बा हौरेबा बर्ड ओन बा नंगदंगे इंटरमीडिएट अमान फॉर्म तोरबा and that intermediate x is called archaeopteryx yani ko that's why archaeopteryx is possessing some characters of reptiles as well as some characters of birds खंगरो सर नाइ से अदुई तपना कई character loss तो हरनी मा reptiles की कई possess तो है नहीं ना birds की finally it will become birds on की तो नेवा यानी को such organisms such fossils that possess the characters of two groups of organisms are called connecting link can also help us understand the relationship between two organisms or the evolution of an organism based on fossils na mating pangem fossil neba connecting link hai se connecting link hai riba fossil sina organism amagi evolution jiva amaga jivam gi mari relation se si understand to da mating pangi hai ne adi yaradra ama se sima yare ko archaeopteryx am da hapung ge ko noi thing ri thing ngak minem ta ngai ro ya da to ni si am kuin chang mane ngang bu se human evolution pau ko ai na ta oi तो असीने आर्कियोप्टेरिक्स की फॉसिल से यारेको सीतो सीसुदो यारेको next to studying fossil le koi kai khangma me extinct animal me amagi wari su khangma me yareको like dinosaurs later me ka haise it could be understood from the fossils yareको aina karigum NCERT param tardi sarna mun tawko param tardi theory of special creation nam pan gibdo khumber sarna hauda NCERT gi ahan ba paragraph to loja kana anishuba paragraph to tonga ne yawbane made magi connotation ahum layena theory of special creation has got 3 points point ahum yawa monda ahan the point se kaino hai tardi prithvi da ngasi lerami ba jiba se essas sumai dum semam bane sin hui su hui wen sem mi su mi wen sem san su san wen sem me sin mi se mi wen sem de ko mi wen lem de matu yam jo mi konthar le mi human krom de matam da australopithecus dryopithecus moi me am de adi mi se mi wen sem me di landro but theory of special creation isorna semam bani haiba theory si matung ina di ngasi prithvi da lerami ba jiba sing se they are all created as such and will remain sumai dum lai hini matung de sulum yarni ko and anisuba point am su yawbane ba sumai na prithvi da ngasi leiriba diversity se yarni ko mi masing san masing sa masing mayam se hana dai sumai dum leiri ngasi sumai dum leigini tung de su sumai dum leini hongba nai roi sine diversity hongba nai bra nai matam da dinosaur lemi ngasi leitri to ngasi lemi je khale leitaba khram yawne ano bu su dum tholakini ano tholai se kedaro na so more and more new species will come up and more will be losing over the years matam gi matung ina dum mangini matam gi matung ina ano bu sum tholakani aduri adum lengna laini haido la leba dum so and ahum so point am ga harambani kai harami ba art is just 4000 years old na art is a 4000 sudang iri adure class 2 kare la leba du gi do yare ko adugi theory do la le hairak pa theory proof ne ba se तो matam da lemba jibedo lei gidre ai siri aduri han lemba ngasi leba manadre hai natro manai hai manade hai ba mana manani hai ba do manade proof tawre to sila then sim tanga to study about geological period munata sika akoina evolution hai na nai nei history ra history ne past jiva kamai le rakhi kamai change to ki history hai ba sida bu khwai dai history da hangna ba question sidi when ni na karam kanda when was Taj Mahal built kaina when did India got independence when sineva aduna evolution na ngai ta we need a time scale ama darkar hoeba art ki history na ngai ta di matam ama darkar hoeba ko aduna geological time scale ama khoi shimam changi like I example am pige ko example oina pirabada sahi ama se 1 year or year se kai myam na sai months myam na months se kai myam makha ta na khai do weeks se kai makha myam khai do adumai to dana geological history ne na matam da khoi times kai ni unit ahum gak shin ani khwai chaw se we call it era haina ko era hai bani ko indira na ile ni era next period next epochs unda ta go sida question ama hangbam layeba era sina chahi ga mane period sina months epoch sina days hai shai khwai pi se kana ne ngasi ekhoi na leiriba era se Cenozoic era kan har kani horen yare ko Cenozoic Mesozoic tarabo adugi era duna mu period mem phaido eba Carboniferous period Jurassic period ko sumaina mu period tui manung da mu epochs mem khaidok to ne adi khwai chaw se NCERT da si mami hom se palame arrange according to their moigi size ki matungina chawbugi matungina unit se chawi matungina thamuai tare kana khwai chaw ya era next followed by period next followed by epoch se lak to ne yani ko no ki besina yarabo sibokta aduna hoji aina hairak toise fossil different art ki soil ki layer da phangiba fossils to ki matungina art se sahi kyam surage natra fossil se sahi kyam lirage se study to bu sumating pangra mana geological period study to bu sumating pang yarage sibokta so this is all about paleontological evidence siden satlu yatri haying makha taw tharasi ai ya de he sire kamai tawne haima